Hello everybody, this is Vanlife Goodies and today we are going to attempt to cook a Christmas dinner in a camper van. And all we're going to use is an Omnia oven and an SQ professional grill because all I have is a 2-ring gas burner. And we're not going to scrimp because we're going to have roast potatoes, we're going to have carrots and green beans, we're going to have cranberry apple and clementine flavoured stuffing, we're going to have pigs in blankets, we're going to have chicken, not turkey, I don't really like it, of course we're going to have gravy, but granule style, and we're even going to attempt to make Yorkshire puddings. So place your bets now, guys. Do you think we can do it, or do you think it'll be a flop? So I've thought about this a little bit, and I'm figuring that the best thing to do is to do all of the prep first and then try and cook it all. So I'll show you all the prep and then we'll cook it and we'll see what time of night it's done. This is not at all healthy. The Christmas dinner shouldn't be. Okay, so I want to do Yorkshire puddings, but I'm probably going to do too much mixture just for 1 or 2 Yorkshire puddings. So I'm just going to do 1 egg when I'd normally do 2. There we go. I use plain flour. If you can see what I'm doing there. Oh, get it everywhere. I feel like it needs a bit more. There you go. And then obviously milk, which is still frozen milk. And that's my Yorkshire pudding, bit runny, but that's okay. Runny might rise more. Okay, you can go. Yorkshire pudding. Now, I'm going to use these in the Omnia oven as a Yorkshire pudding kind of base. So I need to put oil in these ready. I might just to do this again near the cooking time. But spread the oil. And that's me Yorkshire pudding things ready. So first things first, I'm going to, come on, boil the potatoes. This is clean water, I don't know why it's frothy. This is my plan, boil the potatoes, or part boil them, heat up the oil and butter in the SQ grill and then put them in there so they crisp up. And then when they're done, while the stuff's cooking in the omnia oven, I can then put them in the omnia oven to kind of keep them warm and crisp them up, in theory. So, what I need to do is to prepare my omnia oven now. So, omnia oven, if you don't know what one of these is, it's basically an oven that can be, it's equivalent to an oven but for on a gas ring. And basically this sits on your gas ring and it disperses the heat and sends the heat up through the hole, which then goes through the hole. Now I've got little separators and things for it, but I'm not going to use them today. But what I am going to use, now I got a non-stick extra large one, and I'm going to use the bottom rack because that'll stop anything burning. So in the bottom I'm going to put the Yorkshire pudding and the stuffing, and in the top rack I'm going to put the chicken and the sausages. So I'm thinking that the Yorkshire pudding, I'm going to do a stuffing. Oh, actually, I can probably fit it all in the bottom, can't I? Just so you know, look, these go in the top. So if I wanted to do it for like a lot more people, I could. Although I don't think it'd let the Yorkshires rise, would it? So I think what I'll do is I'm going to put the chicken in first. I'm cutting the chicken into smaller sections just so they cook a bit easier. Do this so it doesn't stick. There you go. And then I got these pigs in blankets. Ready done. I don't normally do this at home, but you know, needs must. Put a few of them in. Boom. Now then, I'm going to put the lid on this. I'm going to cook it really slowly to just get those going while I mix the stuffing. So I've got the, it's probably a bit high that. I've got this on, you put the ring on, you let that heat up, and then you put the omnia oven on. There we go. Right, let's do the stuffing. I've got these collapsible tubs which come in dead handy for like leftovers, so put these in there. So I always have a more collapsible stuff, collapsible washing up bowl, and I just stick it here so that I can dump stuff as I'm cooking so that I'm not using this worktop. Just turn these down. Now, I'm going to make the stuffing in a cup with a bit of butter and a bit of boiling water, but I've got boiling water now from the potatoes, so I'm just going to pour a bit of that in. I think that'll work. It's only potato boiling water, so it saves me boiling kettle. Actually, I need that amount, really, don't I? I reckon you could easily do enough for 2 people, or enough for Boxing Day, of course, because who doesn't like Boxing Day leftovers? It's just how would you warm it in a camper van? Do you know what I mean? I mean, I've got a microwave, but most people haven't. Okay, how am I going to do this? Should I just... Well, that was easier than I thought. Mix up your stuffing. Boom. Oh man, I planned all this and I thought it's so going to go wrong. And so far, don't speak too soon, Ruth. It could still go wrong. There we go. Stuffing ready to go in the Omnia oven in a bit. Now I just want to be ready in a bit to do the gravy. You could do proper gravy. Come on. But I don't mind gravy granules, so pop a bit in there. Add my boiling water from my peas and carrots when they're done. That's ready to go. So just while all this is cooking, I thought it might be nice to just mention that if you are on your own this Christmas, there is lots of churches that do Christmas dinner on Christmas Day. And I know it can feel a bit weird if you don't go to that church, but honestly, just see what your local church is doing, because it is a great way to meet other people that are maybe on their own, and you never know, you might just make friends, and sometimes you just got to like get out there and do it. Also, if you've got friends from work and stuff and you just say, look, I'm on my own, can I join you for Christmas dinner? I think most people would say yes. I know it's tricky because it tends to be family time, doesn't it? So I feel like going to something like a church or a community centre, if they have any kind of Christmas dinner events going on, it's less awkward because you're not intruding on a family Christmas dinner. I think, and for those people who spend their Christmas Day, you know, volunteering at these places, I mean, even if you volunteer, so if you're quite alone on Christmas Day and you volunteer, sometimes that can be even nicer than just using the facility, because by volunteering you just feel useful, like you maybe would have been when your family were at home or whatever. So difficult time Christmas, I know, and my potatoes are not quite ready, and I don't know if you've just seen the camper chats about loneliness and grief at Christmas, or whether it's the next video, but either way, watch it next week, or did you watch it last week? Right, I've had a call. No, I haven't. No, that's not on this video. I'm doing 3 videos here. Ugh, it's very confusing. Okay, I think I'm organised, guys. Something I've realised, I'm very lucky to have a microwave in this camper van. Now, it does take a lot of power, and you would only use it for kind of worst case scenario, or microwave something in the daytime in summer when you've got loads of charge coming from the solar panel. But I've got these camping plates, these metal ones, which are great because you can warm them up. I just stick them on top of a pan and they warm. But these are no good for my microwave, so I might have to get some, I don't want plastic, but you know, composite or whatever, something that can go in a microwave that's lightweight that I can use in the camper van. Okay, I have got, I'm gonna turn these over. Chicken's going very fast actually. With these Omnia ovens, don't put your hand over that flipping circle because I do it every time. So I'm going to put the stuffing in. Stuffing going in. I'll show you in a minute when I've done it. And just going to have to move these to fit everything in. I've got my chicken, my stuffing. These have got oil in ready for the Yorkshire puddings and the sausages. So, right, spuds. I think spuds. I think they're done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to take that off and turn that up a bit. Whoever does these 2-ring gas things, I do not understand why you put the knobs literally near the gas burner. It's so stupid. They just get hot. Right, the SQ grill is going on. Yes, with difficulty, but I balance it there like that. That can heat up and get hot. I need it to get hot for my roast potatoes. In thin. Don't know if you got any of that. I'm probably missing all this cooking. So, more butter in the roast potatoes because you can never have enough butter. Proper butter. Let that butter melt and it'll just coat the potatoes. Oh, I can hear it sizzling already, look. Listen. Can you hear it? Perfect. So, and that's going to crisp the outside, hopefully. Okay, like I say, this might not work, but I'm going to put Yorkshire pudding mixture in. So I'll put Yorkshire pudding mixture in, and then I guess I'm just going to hope for the best. So, when my spuds are done, I'll tell you what I could do. I could use the top rack on the Omnia oven to keep them warm while I then cook, because then I can move the SQ grill and then I can cook my peas and carrots that have been... Do you know what I could have done? I could have used the water from the potatoes to put in my peas and carrots. Then it would already be warm, it wouldn't be wasted, and all the nutrients from the potatoes would go across to my peas and carrots and then my gravy. So that's my first mistake. Okay, not bad, not bad. So while we're waiting for this to cook, I figured we'd do boffin time, which is Ask a Scientist, which is this chap that we randomly found on one of our adventures, and we invited ourselves into his garden to hand him a book that David found in a charity shop. If you haven't seen that video, go and look at it here. I'll stick a link below, I'll put the image here. But yeah, totally random little adventure. And we met this scientist chap who, his name's Mr. Campbell. And he literally is super clever. And he'd written this book, and he'd asked all of the children in his local school to ask a question, and then he answered it from a scientist's point of view. So I figure we will fill the time by filling in with a question. Chloe asks, what makes grapes poisonous to some dogs? Didn't even know that was a thing. That's a very good question, Chloe, because not a lot of people realise that grapes and fruit made from grapes, such as sultanas, raisins and currants, can be fatal to some dogs. So you should never give a dog any cake containing fruit. I never knew that. And certainly don't ever give grapes to a dog. The same goes for chocolate as well, but for a different reason. This is the case where it's quite difficult to be certain about the cause, because only a few dogs seem to be susceptible to this problem, and it's a fairly rare event. So it hasn't been reported very much in the press or scientific papers. The problem seems to be due to a chemical in the grapes called tartaric acid, which some dogs can cause sick kidney damage. Some dogs are born with small kidneys too, and the condition can cause renal dysplasia. Let me turn my spuds, hang on. So, there's also a product called cream of tartar, which is a paste of tartaric acid used in some cakes, so it seems likely that some cakes might cause a risk to a dog's health as well. Maybe that's why you never see any dogs in a kitchen busy making a cake for a family. Your lovely dog Red is extremely intelligent, Chloe. Does he ever make you cakes? I imagine it wouldn't be much fun going through life without cakes. What do you think, Chloe? That's so sweet. Can you imagine these kids? They must be so pleased. Ooh, look at this. Anyway, there we go. There's all sorts of questions in this. Mr. Campbell. Why do we need cameras? Have you seen any aliens? Who is Albert Einstein? And they're all written in, you know, like phonetically spelt. The little post-it notes. It's so cute. Anyway, there you go. Boffin time. Because Dave says he's a boffin because he's clever. We need boffins. Right, where are we up to? Let me give you an update. Let me show you this. I have the Omnia oven, which everything is cooking slowly. But this is the good bit. Look at this. Ah. Roast potatoes, boom. Just while we're waiting for this to cook, in the description of this video I will put, I'll individually put the SQ grill and the Omnia oven if you're interested in buying them. They are fantastic for different reasons. I've done a number of reviews on the SQ grill. The second one's probably a better review because I'd had it longer. Again, I'll put the video of the review, and the Omnia oven I'm still kind of getting used to, so I will do kind of a full review eventually. But we also have an eBay and an Amazon affiliate shop. So if you click on the eBay or Amazon shops, it'll take you to all the things that we use in the campervan. But I've just opened a website, and if you go to the website, everything's on there. So the eBay, the Amazon, all of the links are easy to get to if you go to the website, which is vanlifegoodies.com. Dead easy. And I've still got a rave going on in the corner here. So if anyone knows what to do, should I? It's very annoying, actually. Okay, we're going to have to do this with the disco, guys. So, okay, so I'm going to move the SQ grill now. Put this on. Stick a lid on it. Hopefully it does a bit quicker. Probably turn it up. Perfect. Okay, let me show you these spuds. There we go. Look at this. Oh, whew. Can you even see? Look at them. They're flipping good for spuds in a camper van. So now what I need to do is I'm going to put this on the Omnia oven and put these on top to just keep them warm. Can you see that? And can you see that? Yes. Sorry, I'm middle-aged and this screen on this camera's like flipping tiny. So, right, okay, so show you how this works. This goes on like that. Stick these on here. It's working. I think it's working. How much fun. And stick the lid back on. And then I'm just waiting for my vegetables. And then I think we're done. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, the moment of truth. We've warmed the plate. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness, get in. I'm going to do my gravy. Missed most of that, but hey ho. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got look at them. Oh my goodness, there's far too many now. I'm serving it up. Can you have? Turn it off. Turn it off. Can you have too many roast potatoes is the question. Look at that. Can you have? That, I'm just going to sit there for now. Okay, we've got vegetables. Oh, no way. Oh my goodness, we literally have a roast dinner, a Christmas dinner. Oh my goodness, we literally have a Christmas dinner. Now then, I must not now drop this. Can you see both? Yes. Right, so the stuffing, that looks as if it's cooked. Oh, I think this will be the challenge. Have the Yorkshire puddings cooked? Ow! Oh my goodness, I think they have. They're just not quite browned. Get in. Look at that. Glass of wine. So to answer your question, can you cook a Christmas dinner in a camper van? The answer is yes. So I'm going to try each bit, excuse the munching. Okay, let's try a bit of the sausage. Can you even see there? A bit nearer. So the sausage is well cooked. That's nice. Roast potatoes, this is important. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inner. Okay, chicken. Is it dry? Was it in too long? Let's have a look. Well cooked. Maybe a little bit dry because I've cut it up. It's okay. But had it gone much longer, I think it would be too dry. Stuffing. I mean, get that. Stuffing. Perfect. And then finally, the Yorkshire pudding. So the Yorkshire pudding hasn't browned on the top, but let's see what it's like. Okay. Perfect, but to conclude, I think I would have put in the Yorkshire pudding at the same time as the chicken, because I've cut the chicken up, which of course you wouldn't at home. So on the whole, I would say a amazing success. Yes, you can cook a Christmas dinner in a camper van. I'm now going to go and stuff my face. I turned the mic off because you don't want to hear me chomping, but I have to say, the Omnia oven and the SQ grill, perfect combination. The only thing I will say is that because these little ring burners don't give you much space around them, it is rather precarious cooking, shall we say. But yeah, that is awesome. Happy with that. Oh yeah. I feel like I'm getting used to this Omnia oven. The trick is to get really organised first, then cook. Don't do what you do at home and warm it up while you're getting ready. Nice. You know what? People say camping's like voluntary homelessness. Not really, is it? Cheers everyone. Happy Christmas. Whether you're in your van or at home, I hope you have a fabulous time. I certainly will. And now I have to do all of the pots, which is a problem for any Christmas dinner. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm a YouTuber. Hang on. How's it work? 1, 2,